Welcome to Sunday's night edition of the Final Boss Podcast. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. Oh man, what a great day. Mm. If you're a football fan, I hope your team won today. Man, what a nail biter. My team pulled it off at the last minute. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know if we should go into the subject tonight or just talk football, man. I'm so happy right now, but not talking about the subject would be doing you guys an injustice, and I'm not here for that. So I got we're gonna finish our top. Well, part two. I'm gonna say, yeah, Ma, I saw your team won. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about. Um, they have some great games today. Magnificent, great teams, man. A lot of talent on the field, and those guys, those professionals, they leave it on the field. They put everything they have into playing that game, man. You know, and like everything you have a passion for, you should be putting it all on the field. Leave it on the field. What else do you have to lose? What do you got to lose? What do you have to lose? Put it on the field. I'm solo tonight. Um, my guy, Big Mike, he's he's taking care of some business, so hopefully we can reconvene on Tuesday on a guest show. If not, I'll see who I can have somebody lined up for Tuesday night show. But we're gonna get into it, man. Boom, 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 boom. Listen, episode number 24. We're going to be talking about who is behind the mask. Who is behind the mask? And tonight's movie and discussion. So last week we talked about They Live, and we had some talking points, and we broke some things down to you. Who, for those who've never seen the movie, please go watch the movie so you can use that as a reference. Um, tonight's movie, Equilibrium, starring Tay Diggs, Christian Bale, and Sean Bean. One of my favorite. Oh man, this movie introduced us to some new uh, genre of action movie. They introduced what is called Gun Fu. If you never heard of Gun Fu, go check it out. Gun Fu is a real thing. So if you never heard of Gun Fu, um, Equilibrium, starring Tay Diggs, Christian Bale, Sean Bean, introduced that movie. I don't remember who the director is. Don't quote me. Go look it up. I'm leaving you the breadcrumbs. Your job is to go and your job is to go get the meal. I'm leaving you the breadcrumbs. Wait a minute. Did I go live on? I thought I did. Oh man, that's crazy if I didn't. I hope everybody on Instagram caught that first 3 minutes of introduction. If not, you can check it out on the YouTube channel. But like I said, tonight we're going to talk about Equilibrium. Crazy movie. Introduced us to Gun Fu. It's a great movie. A lot of action, but there's a good message, a hidden message in that movie that a lot of people might have missed. And in it, the premise of the movie is it's a dystopian world where emotions are suppressed to maintain social order. You say, maintain social order by suppressing emotions. Sounds crazy, right? But hey, we're trying to get rid of books in schools right now. We're trying to not teach certain history right now. But it's not far-fetched to get rid of emotions. You never know. Sometimes what's fiction becomes nonfiction. Sometimes what's nonfiction becomes fiction. It happens. What can you do? So the government is a faceless oppressor, and the government enforces a strict regime through emotion suppression and censorship. Emotion suppression and censorship. There are many concerns from the people that the government is overreaching, providing all types of crazy surveillance, which is very parallel to some of the regulations that we see today infringing on certain free personal freedoms that we have right here in this country. Hate to say it, but they're watching. Big brother in the sky is watching, man. Social media, they're watching you. They're watching you through the devices. And this is not conspiracy, man. You can look this stuff up. There's so many complaints against Facebook listening and using all types of uh, applications built into their application to spy on its consumers. You want to know why you have a discussion or you say something, next thing you know, it's on your timeline. Yeah, they're listening. So we're gonna keep on. Um, the media and the propaganda campaign plays a huge part in the movie. The media is an arm of the government, which is pushing the agenda for the censorship and the censorship and the silence of the emotions. In the beginning of the movie, starts off real fast, real quick. One of the agents, who's played by the actor Sean Bean, he's he stopped taking his emotion suppression medicine. He stopped taking his suppression medicine. He gets found out about it, and they hunt him down. They hunt him down like a dog, and um, he's uh he's executed. That happens first thing in the movie. So, like I said, if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Um, the media in the film contributes to suppression and promotes a singular narrative that keeps citizens compliant. Hmm, that sounds familiar. Echo chambers, maybe. Echo chambers, pushing agendas. You only hear what you want to hear or what you believe in, breaking it down to two parties, two thought processes. Yeah, it's real. The media serves a and distorts reality or promotes, like I said, it promotes a certain agenda. Um, what we see in certain masks and form that may be manipulated in the news, we see those things today. We see it influenced today on social media. Those things are happening right now. Um, it's individual versus society. You can't be an individual anymore. And right now, I'm talking about the movie. The movie doesn't want individuality. It's society as a whole who's one. And if you become an individual in the movie, then you are against society. That concept sounds kind of familiar too to what we see today, and it can be very relatable. Um, the protagonist's journey, who is Christian Bale, his mission is trying to uncover the truth, which signifies a struggle against the conformity and the quest of individuality. Um, what is why are they suppressing emotions in the movie? What is the importance of suppressing those emotions and personal expression? And how relevant is that message? How relevant is that message, and how it can be related to what we see today? Yes, yes, Ma. They are. They very much so. Um, we in society, we, and I'm talking about in our society, we wear a lot of different masks. There's a relative terminology of the mask we wear, which is called people code switch, right? People code switch. Certain ethnic groups code switch all the time. You, when you are talking to this particular person, you talk to them one way. When you're talking to your family, you're talking to them another way. Then when you're talking to your friends or what homies or whomever, you're talking to them another way. And that's not regulated to just one particular ethnic group. I think a lot of different ethnic groups talk to people differently. We're wearing masks when you do that. Where you know it, whether you know it or not, you're putting on a mask. You're showing this person that you're this way. You're telling these people over here that you're this way, and you're telling people over here that you're this way. Meanwhile, whoever you're dealing with, they see you in another light as well. You we are all wearing masks. In the movie, it is metamorphical about the mask we wear in the society today. It's literal mask, figurative mask, and when you do that, you are actually suppressing emotions. You're suppressing emotions right now when you code switch. When you code switch, you're suppressing emotions. In the movie, they were showing how the different characters wore different masks and how their emotions uh, were tailored to whatever mask they were wearing. Same thing. So I'm talking about the movie and I'm making it relatable to what we see today and what's actually happening on right now. Survival mechanisms. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, People do, and when you're wearing those masks, you avoid judgment. We're so afraid of judgment. We're so afraid of another person's opinion. Just like in a movie. The movie, people were afraid of being judged. They were afraid of showing their emotions. You show your emotions, you could get executed. You can't get executed today for showing your emotions but you can see how voicing your opinion, people are being ostracized today for voicing their opinion. People are placing certain judgments on you because of the opinions you have, and you're not allowed to have opinions anymore. That's what it looks like. The freedom of speech ain't free no more. It isn't. And that's across the board. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you could be the poorest of the poor, you could be a billionaire. Even the billionaires get censored. We see it today on social media platforms. I'm not dropping no names, but I'm telling you, they get censored too. And they can get censored by the masses. Everybody gets censored if they don't if you your opinion goes against what everyone else believes. Listening to these different echo chambers and having a belief system that is against what everybody else is speaking. Um, the movie continues. There were different trials and tribulations where the um, the kids in the movie were being used as agents of the government, and the kids were monitoring if you were taking your emotion suppression medication all the way down to the T. If they found out, they would raid your house, and after you get raided, and they're checking your prescriptions, and they can see and whether or not you had not been taking your medication, and if you were not, and you were showing emotion, they would take you away from your kids. This is the movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm telling you, it's a great movie. Great movie. We there's there's a lot of relevance in what is going on in the movie and what's happening right now in society, how emotions are suppressed, how ideas are suppressed, uh, thoughts are being suppressed. People are afraid to speak their mind. You can't speak your mind on social media. You can't speak your mind to certain groups. You code switch. All this is suppression. It's suppressing emotion. It's suppressing your voice. It's suppressing your opinion, and and that's where we are. That's where we are with it. I believe that there are private conversations. People see it. Everybody is aware of what's going on, but nobody is doing anything about it, right? Just like in the movie. In the movie, um, Christian Bale's wife, she gets taken away because she was a lover of the arts, and she withheld books and art and literature, and this was not allowed. It was illegal. It was it was illegal for you to read certain books. It was illegal for you to partake in art or arts or literature. And she got taken away. Although he was an agent for the government, he was a censor. He was a censorship agent who, uh, like a police, who she was married to, but they took her away, and there was nothing he could do about it. And they executed her, and and a hot ass cremation stove. Crazy, diabolical. It was crazy. And as the movie continues, you see the struggles that the played by the character Christian Bale, his struggle with what the love he had for his wife, what they had done to her, and the feelings he started to feel for another woman. And he couldn't suppress it anymore. So he stopped taking his medication, and he got to a point where uh, a faction had noticed what what he was doing, and they recruited him. So you had a faction, or several factions that were going against the government. Basically, what we call terrorists. Terrorists. That's what we call terrorists because they were going against society, and they have a different belief. They believed in emotions, and they had a faction of people who weren't part of the censorship, and they would have attacks and attack the government. So they were terrorists, basically. He got recruited by them, and through his recruitment, he was able to assist them, and he was able to assist them in some successful attacks. He got found out about by Tay Diggs, who was the antagonist. Well, one of the antagonists. The other antagonist was the president. And he got found out by the antagonist, Tay Diggs. And they have uh, several conflicts between each other. And Christian Bale came out on top as the winner at the final. He was like the final boss, one of the final boss uh, conflicts. And he beat Christian Bale. But here's the thing: we see that today. We see that today. Everybody wants to believe that they're right. The factions believe that they were right. The government and society believe they were right. This is what's happening right now. And you can see we're at a point where what we see, it's getting harder and harder to understand what's right, what's 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 good information, what's bad information. They're starting to do this. And if you don't do your due diligence to find out what the truth is, it's very hard to just to figure out what's the truth. You have to go find out what the truth is now. We Before all of this, we knew what the truth was. You knew. Now you don't know anymore. And society is falling on top of itself. And there's a lot of critical theories that people are discussing in reference to how society is possibly collapsing because of the misinformation that is mixing in with the real information or absolute information. And because of it, it's creating a societal rift. There are different key points and insights in the movie that um, talk about the nature of control, individuality, the mask that we wear, and how society encourages you to wear these masks as we just fall in line. We just fall in line like sheeple wearing a mask. Those who don't believe are considered the terrorists because they don't believe what society as a whole believe. Now, I'm talking about the movie, right? And this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm talking about the movie. There are different themes and societal dynamics throughout the movie that could be related to certain societal norms and abnorms that we see. I mean, I'm laying the breadcrumbs. You have to go figure it out. But in the end, Christian Bale, after he defeats Taye Diggs, he goes one on one with the current president. And after it's all said and done, you won't believe who took over the president's position. AI. AI took over. So Hollywood is always telling us something. There's always a message, man. There's always a message. Art imitating life, life imitating art. Um, and this is the subject that we're going to be continuing for the next couple of. We got a few more parts that we're going to be discussing who is behind the mask as it relates to movies of Hollywood, these cult films that have a message and uh, have dystopian themes, and you can compare to what we may see today. Another good movie. I don't man, if you haven't seen it, go check out Soylent Green. That's another one. Any of the Anne Rand movies on Prime, check those out. Um, I'm gonna just drop a few more breadcrumbs, man. There's a few out there. I got a list that I wanted to discuss. V for Vendetta. We're going to talk about The Matrix. We're going to talk about Total Recall. And another one of my favorites, Manchurian Candidate. I'm going to talk about these movies and we're going to break them down and show you how it relates to what's possibly going on with society, showing the different parallels. That's what I'm here for, showing you the different parallels. Yeah, a lot of people think presidents look alike. They wear flesh masks. Woo, boy. Jay, you try and get me taken off this channel. But yeah, you do some deep diving, man. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of rabbit holes people are going down because everything is available now. Even things that were classified are becoming declassified. If you go down certain rabbit holes, man, the information you will find. But I warn you, make sure you do it. We had our last series talking about VPNs and using ghost networks and hiding your IP addresses. Yeah, and using different channels and different search engines. Don't use the popular search engines if you're doing that. Trust me, you don't want to do that. But that's going to conclude my show for tonight. It's episode 24. I appreciate everyone for checking in. We start at 9 p.m. promptly, Sundays and Tuesdays, unless I send out a commercial or a message prior that it may be an earlier show or a show that's later. We're going to be on at 9 p.m. Shout out to my team, the Rams. Y'all see it. Boom. We got that W today. Yeah. We got that W. Boom. And if your team won today, congrats to you. I want you guys to have a great week. I'm going to see y'all on Tuesday. I'm the Final Boss, brought to you by Trinity Entertainment, our Trinity Music Group. Thank you for tuning in. Have a excellent evening and the rest of your week. Boom!